Shabbat Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahba Shemel, Shabbat Shemakakadash. Double honor should the elder apostles and other bishops of great deals, don't even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, hopeful like Tabernacle of David. I'm the brother/elder. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to you all. This is the WW3 Daily Update. Real quick, open-minded thinker 5 hours ago says, panic in Tel Aviv. Netanyahu shocked as Qatar hit back hard. What does he mean? This is a bit of clickbait. Let's establish that right away. What does it say? This is clickbait because they didn't fire anything at them. Qatar is not doing shit. Let's see. No action, talks only, right? So they haven't done it. Right, exactly. So they haven't done anything because if they did do anything, they would have stopped the genocide. Anyway, what we do have going on, however, 2 Ezra 15 and 30, right? The Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild wars of the wood, and with great power shall they come. Okay? Well, they're getting that great power now because they just got an ICBM indicating that they have something, a warhead to put on the top. What kind of warhead? A nuclear warhead. All right? Now, the dragons, what are they doing? The dragons of Arabia. They are negotiating and coming back together. Okay? They are burying the hatchet, if you will, and coming back to. So let's watch this real quick. I just want to make it quick. They did. What did they do? They didn't shoot munitions, but they did. I believe they went to the UN and they established first. You know, there's an order of things, right? Because the international community is watching what's going on. And it was only a few days ago that the UN finally agreed that what is going on in Gaza is a genocide. And now these different countries are moving towards Israel to stop it. People don't know about it. All people know in the States and in Israel is what they're being told, and they're being told a lot. So anyway, let's watch this to get a little better. Not just Qatar is coming after Israel, but all these international countries, right, are now moving towards Israel to stop the genocide.
War criminal Benjamin Netanyahu didn't see the
devil is hard at work.
He has grown so used to bullying neighbors and hiding behind the shield of Western powers that he never imagined. War criminal Benjamin Netanyahu didn't see this one coming. He has grown so used to bullying neighbors and hiding behind the shield of Western powers that he never imagined a small but wealthy Gulf nation like Qatar would dare to stand up to him. Now that arrogance is being shattered. What just happened is not only a military and political embarrassment for Israel, but also a turning point in the Middle East. Qatar's strike against Israel, no matter how much the Western and Israeli media try to censor or downplay it, sends a loud message. The days of silence are over. For years, Israel painted Qatar as weak, as nothing more than a pawn in America's game. But that illusion is breaking. This is the fulfillment of what Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdurrahman bin Jassim Al Thani promised after Israel's criminal attack targeting Gaza officials meeting in Doha. He said it would not go unpunished, and now the world sees he meant it.
In this context, we express our appreciation to the Arab states who condemn
Arab states. Listen to what's being said. Okay, because this is them coming back together. Okay, right now we're dealing with the dragons. But what is this guy, this open-minded thinker, he's not a man of the Lord. So why is he pitting Iran with the dragons? This is out of the scriptures.
Attack targeting Gaza officials meeting in Doha. He said it would not go unpunished, and now the world sees he meant it.
We express our appreciation to the Arab states who condemned this Israeli barbaric attack.
We expressed what? We expressed what? Our dismay, or listen to what? To the Arab states. That's
Context.
That's them coming back together. Listen.
He said it would not go unpunished, and now the world's... He said it would not go unpunished, and now the world sees he meant it.
In this context, we express our appreciation to the Arab states who condemned this Israeli barbaric attack.
We express our appreciation. What did he say? What the hell is that?
And now the world sees he meant it.
In this context, we express our appreciation to the Arab states who condemned this Israeli barbaric attack and their support to the lawful measures we will take to safeguard our sovereignty. Attacking Qatar's sovereignty is a violation of the UN Charter, namely Article 4, which prohibits the use of force against countries and its sovereignty. It is also a flagrant violation of the international norms and humanitarian tenets. It cannot be an isolated incident that can go unpunished. It must be met with fierce and firm measures.
So this is Qatar's strike against Israel right here. Them going to wherever they went to file a complaint.
Inhumane Israeli government and with their acts have sent out a message that they have crossed all the red lines and will continue to undermine and destabilize any state in the world and undermine any political effort that stands in conflict with their agenda or expose the falsehood and falseness of their propaganda. That's why we cannot remain silent in the face of this barbaric attack, and we take harsh measures in order to prevent further action. If we remain silent, we will be faced with an unlimited and countless series which will end up in total destruction, and no country will be spared.
When I first heard that announcement, I'll be honest with you, I thought nothing would happen. I thought it was just another bold statement that would fade into the air like so many others in Arab politics. But Qatar has proven it is not some toothless bulldog. The very first move it made was a diplomatic strike, and let me tell you...
Look at Yemen. Yemen's standing up.
That alone is shaking Israel in ways people don't understand. Qatar didn't just complain. It went straight for the international courts. The Emirates' chief negotiator, Mohammed al-Khulaifi, sat down in The Hague with the president of the International Criminal Court, Judge Tomoko Akane, to demand accountability for Israel's brazen attack on Qatari soil. That's a huge move. Some may say, what difference does that make? Courts don't stop wars.
Did you know that
So they didn't hit them with munitions, but they did do what is needed to be done by the book in order to fire.
True, it won't stop Israeli bombs today, but symbolically, this matter, it forces the world to confront Israel's crimes on a bigger stage. It shows that Qatar is not bowing, it is fighting back in every arena.
Going into the video I made earlier today, going into how the world is seeing the small hats as the villain. They're now the villain. So this is how you don't You don't fire missile for missile at them. You expose the devil, and that's what they're doing here. That's
And
the
that in
strike.
itself is a powerful blow to Netanyahu's ego. And before I continue, do me a favor, hit that like button so this video forces its way through YouTube's suppressive algorithm and reaches more people who need to hear the truth.
إنها لن تتهاون على فيما يتعلق بالمساس بزيادتها والسلامة الراضية بين الناس تتعامل بحزم مع أي اختراق متهور أو اعتداء يقال أنها بهدف استقرار المنطقة بأنها تحتفظ بحقها على هذا الهجوم السافر وسوف تقوم باتخاذ كافة الإجراءات اللازمة. تؤكد دولة قطر أنها لن تتهاون على فيما يتعلق بالمساس بزيادتها والسلامة الراضية بين الناس تتعامل بحزم مع أي اختراق متهور أو اعتداء يقال أنها بهدف استقرار المنطقة بأنها تحتفظ بحقها على هذا الهجوم السافر وسوف تقوم باتخاذ كافة الإجراءات اللازمة. تؤكد دولة قطر أنها لن تتهاون.
Before with
Get into what really turns this story from talk into action. People underestimate Qatar militarily, but the reality is this tiny nation has quietly built one of the most advanced air forces in the region, arguably more advanced than Iran's. Yes, you heard me right. Iran's strength is in its missile program, but Qatar's edge is in the sky. The Qatar Emiri Air Force
Okay, now that's what's going on in Qatar. They're preparing to fight back. What else do we have? We have this, the Carmanians.
designed to comfort Israel's supporters abroad. Of course, Qatar faces obstacles. Airspace is contested, US control over Al Udeid airbase limits freedom, and geopolitics always complicates the picture. But one thing is crystal clear: after Israel's cowardly strike on Doha, Qatar's resolve has hardened. It is no longer about waiting on America or playing mediator. It's about proving that sovereignty means something. And if push comes to shove, Qatar's air power is more than capable of dealing a painful blow. Now, while Qatar flexes its wings, Iran is rattling the ground beneath Israel. Unlike Qatar, Iran doesn't boast a flashy air force, but
See how he went straight to the Carmanians, tying it all together, just like it says in the scripture.
it does have is exactly what Israel fears the most: ballistic missiles. Just days after tearing up its agreement with the IAEA, Iran's Revolutionary Guard rolled out a new ballistic missile in Tehran's skies. That was no military exercise. It was a warning shot aimed directly at Netanyahu. Just watch this.
همکنون بر دستگاه شبیه چی؟
It's like a tracer round. That's the rocket traveling, and every so far it shows a flare of the trajectory. Missile test. Yeah.
Sanctions. Iran cannot. Iran's president Masoud Pezeshkian made it clear: sanctions or no sanctions, Iran cannot and will not be stopped. He told the world that the ideas and resilience of the Iranian people will pave the way forward. That's not just rhetoric, it's a declaration of intent.
راه میبندن مرزها و اندیشه ها هستن که راه میسازن یا راه پیدا میکنند یا راه میسازن. این چیزیست که باید باور کرد. اینا نمیتونن جلو ما رو بگیرن. نه طنز ما رو میتونن بزنن.
They can blow up our facilities.
غافل از این که این آدما هستن که نه طنز رو و مهمتر از نه طنز رو میسازند و خواهند ساخت. حالا دیشب اینا نشستن مثلا این اسنپبک رو برگرد.
So what does that mean? It means the 12-day war that shook the region could reignite at any moment.
Oh, yeah.
Israel is preparing for more strikes, this time eyeing Iran, while continuing its genocidal occupation of Gaza. Iran, meanwhile, is preparing its own response. There are reports of missile tests hinting at nuclear ambitions, and whispers of Iranian delegations in Moscow fueling suspicion of a larger event on the horizon.
A larger event on the horizon. Where am I going with that? Let's go to Joel 3. Because all those countries are right now racing to go stop the genocide. Joel 3 and 2 in the NIV. NLT, Slovakia. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Yehoshaphat. That's what we see. They're all racing to where? To Israel. There I will judge them for harming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations, and for dividing up my land. So we see it happening. Just another step. With that, we hope that the elect ratified you brothers and sisters to Shabbat Shalom.